Fox be on. CNN, mama picking out boxes for 'em. On that thing, got my own boxes on. On headphones to get my poppin' on.
YouTube, what up? Back at it again. Another video, another daily Joe as always. Hope y'all staying safe, staying positive, staying inspired. The whole shit, right? Let's dive right up into it. So today, man, we're gonna be talking about, it's 3 things that I feel like you need when starting out in business. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even life too, it may be applicable, but it's 3 things that I feel like you need, right? The number one thing is you have to have heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have heart. You gotta be willing. Like, me personally, like, this is just me. Like, I don't involve myself in something if I'm not willing to die, go to jail, and go through all type of bullshit behind it. Like, I don't even involve myself in it. And 9 to 10 times out of 10, you ain't gonna die behind what you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show you the severity of, like, my passion for it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get that type of feeling or a sense of urgency behind something, I'm not involving myself with it, because it's just a waste of time and energy for me. That's me personally. Now, for you should probably ask yourself certain questions. Like, am I willing to sacrifice money behind this? Because you got to put up money for whatever you're doing. You got to throw some money. You got to throw that bread up. You know what I'm saying? Take money to make money, right? So you got to throw that bread up. You got to ask yourself, like, yo, is this something I'm willing to, like, go broke behind? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be willing to go broke. Not that you want to go broke, but you got to be willing to go broke, because the shit, it could happen. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself these questions, like, is this something I'm willing to go broke behind? Is this something that I'm willing to, devote a lot of my time and energy to? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you watching this, you know what I'm saying, you might be one of them females or dudes, you know what I'm saying, to where, you like to go out every weekend, or you like to go out every day, or you just like to be, out in the mix all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you one of them type of individuals, you know what I'm saying, you got to ask yourself, like, is this something that I'm willing to, is this thing that I'm trying to pursue, is it worth occupying a lot of my space that I do with other things that I do, if that makes sense, for lack of better words. But y'all get what I'm saying. So that's the first thing, man. You gotta have heart. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have heart with it. You gotta ask yourself certain questions to where you can get down to the origin of it and the core, and figure out, you know what I'm saying, if these things is even worth it. You know what I mean? Once you figure that out, proceed on to the next one. The next thing is you gotta have knowledge. You gotta have knowledge about what you're doing. You gotta have, like, smarts. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some type of information on what you about to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just common sense. Like, you don't jump in no damn car if you don't know how to drive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, I can't really say that because I did, but at a young age. But you don't really jump in you ain't gonna dive in no ocean if you don't know how to swim. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it, I feel like diving in the ocean today, and then you just dive. Like, you ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know the negative effects it has, but you don't know the positive benefits it has, so to say. You know what I'm saying? That when you do this, that I don't know, man. It's like a superpower, whatever the case is. But you gotta have knowledge about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I always say, you gotta understand your craft. I don't really believe that you can master your craft, because the game is always evolving. But I do feel like you could develop a system, and you can have a great understanding on that. So you gotta have knowledge about. I'm about to run this light. You gotta have knowledge about what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Like, for me personally, like I told you on my last video, me personally, when I started out in my journey of real estate, you know what I'm saying, I bought a course. You know what I'm saying? I bought a course, and that's how I got my knowledge. And once I got the course, it taught me the basics on how this whole shit go, and that's all I needed was the basics. I don't need nobody to hold my hand, give me no money, and call me every day to make sure I take care of that myself. You know what I'm saying? All I need for you to do is just teach me how to game and what I'm paying you for. You see what I'm saying? Once I got that, I was already set. You know what I mean? I did my own due diligence. I went out there and failed my way into where I'm at now, in a great way. You see what I'm saying? In a great way. So, with that being said, man, you gotta you can't be scared to gamble on yourself. I say this all the time. You can't be scared to gamble on yourself, because ain't nobody, like I said in the last video, ain't nobody gonna put up no bread for you, man. Somebody might put up a couple little dollars and shit. But ain't nobody gonna sit up there and put up no hundreds of thousands of dollars and shit like that for you to go out and buy income producing property. Ain't nobody doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to teach yourself the game, understand the ropes, understand the loopholes, understand how this shit work from point A to Z. So when somebody asks you about it, you can be like, yeah, this how this shit go. And you could explain it to them thoroughly, you know what I'm saying, without feeling like, damn, I really don't even know. Nah. And starting out in the beginning, you're not gonna know everything. So let me get that clear too. Let me make that shit clear. You ain't gonna know everything starting out. As long as you know the basics, that's what I'm talking about, the basics. As long as you know the basics of how your shit go, to the point to where you can explain to somebody from point A to Z, that's all you need. The rest is gonna come as the further you go down your path. You see what I'm saying? The further you go down your path, that's when you're gonna start to really understand shit. Cause now you getting the best lesson of all, which is learning by experience. You know what I'm saying? That's the best teacher that you could ever get. Like, it don't get no better than that. And me personally, I'm one of them dudes, like, I'd rather learn by experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, right? Somebody could be like, hey, Mary, don't go down that alleyway because, you know, they be, you know, some shit be going on all the time down there, whatever the case is. Just me personally, like, I'm just always like I guess, I don't know the word for, like, nonchalant or maybe like challenging, so to say, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And I go down that alleyway just to see what's going on with it. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in literal terms, because common sense, it just don't make sense to do that. But I'm just saying that for y'all to, you know, paraphrase, and y'all can put in your own perspective on what y'all think I'm trying to hit. But to get back on topic, you gotta have knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Have knowledge about what you're doing. Don't jump into nothing blindfolded, but understand that you gotta get started somehow, some way. You ain't gonna know everything, which is fine. But you can also educate yourself on the side once you already know the basics. Once you know the basics, once I knew the basics, what I started doing was I was listening to podcasts all the time. I was going out to, in real estate, they call it RIA meetings. Like a RIA is a real estate association, like meeting. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who do real estate, from brokers to cash buyers to wholesalers to landlord, everybody go out there and just link up. The whole real estate joint, they just link up. You see what I'm saying? So I was going out to them. I'm making relationships with people. I'm going to like these big time real estate people's free events that they hosting. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young bull doing it. I was probably like 18 doing this. You see what I'm saying? So I was out there making moves, making plays. I'm having sit downs with lawyers and shit like that. I don't know nothing about business, but I'm just diving out there. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put y'all up on game too. When you carry yourself a certain way, and when you carry yourself a certain way, and when you walking in a certain type of energy, and this is facts. Like I said, I was 18, right? When you carry yourself a certain type of way, and you moving with a certain type of energy and sense of urgency, people gonna look out for you. And that's a fact. I'm gonna give you a few examples. People gonna look out for you. You see what I'm saying? I was 18, right? I didn't know nothing about real estate. I knew the basics. I didn't know in-depth details about contracts and fucking title. I didn't know about none of that shit. I didn't really even know how to read a contract, the fine print. You see what I'm saying? In the verbiage behind it. So what I did was, I think I had a meeting with an attorney one day. I had called him up, you know, asked them if, you know, they do certain shit at their title company, whatever the case is. I went out to the title company, man, and I set up an appointment, went out there. You know, a dude was really gonna charge me for it, you know what I'm saying? Because I think like over the phone consultations is free or something, but like in person, I don't know, you gotta pay. I don't know, for his firm, that's what they was doing. So, you know, I ended up going out there, right? So I go out there, I'm sitting down, we chopping it up and shit like that. Mind you, I'm 18, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you a little description. I had a little polo collar shirt on, I'm saying, little watch on. I think it was Invicta at the time, you know what I'm saying? All gold, that shit was raw as shit, right? So I go out there, I look professional, you know what I'm saying? I'm moving with this type of sense of urgency, like, look, man, I need the answers. I need all answers, I need everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you can give me information-wise, give me it. You know what I'm saying? That's my type of energy. You see what I'm saying? And to wrap it up a little bit, you know, long story short, at the end of the convo, man, you know, he just ended up telling me, like, look, man, you know, I ain't even gonna charge you for this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I wish my son would, you know, was the way to carry it the way you do. You know what I'm saying? I guess his son at the time wasn't doing nothing with his life, whatever the case is. I don't know, maybe still finding himself. But, you know, he kind of just, you know, he was an older man, so he kind of like probably related to me like on a father-son type of level, you know what I mean, so to speak. So, you know, he let me slide with that consultation, I guess, whatever he was trying to pay me, charge me, damn. So, you know, he let me slide. But that shit right there is so minuscule maybe to others, but that shit, it meant a lot to me, because I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just in jail like fucking a year prior to that, you know what I'm saying? The whole shit, like, just on some bullshit. And now it's like, now I'm sitting in rooms with lawyers and shit, and we talking heavy, you know what I'm saying? That shit was heavy for me. I ain't gonna sit there and lie to you, that shit was heavy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was that bull, and I still do to this day. But yeah, man, so knowledge, bro. You gotta, or sis, you gotta have knowledge, you know what I mean? You gotta have knowledge about your industry. Go out, make relationships, and you can't be scared to fail, because essentially what you're doing is you fail your whole way to success. Whatever success is to you, it may be financial success, spiritually success, like you fulfill spiritually, so that's a success. Financial freedom, whatever the case is, maybe just freedom of time, whatever your definition of success is. Damn, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, let's move on, right? Number 3, minimalizing unnecessary outsources. You know what I'm saying? Minimalizing unnecessary outsources, right? What I mean by that, again, I spoke about this briefly in my last video. Oftentimes, us as humans, we tend to have all these unnecessary outlets, right? So, for example, I'm gonna give y'all a quick example. I'm pretty sure us youngins out there, you know what I'm saying, we try to put mom, if you got a dad in the household, whatever the case is, try to put mom and pops onto the Fire Stick joint, but they just ain't feeling it. They like, yo, like, there's too much technology and all that shit. Even grandmas too, like, they just like, yo, I ain't fucking with it, just give me cable, right? But for us, it's like, yo, like, why would you pay all this unnecessary cable bill, you know what I'm saying, $120 something a month, maybe even more, when you could just pay like $25 a month, subscribe to this bull, to his service, I guess, and he gonna hit you every month for $25, and you get the whole shit, YouTube, Netflix, HBO, you get everything included. You know what I'm saying? So that's an example of minimalizing unnecessary resources. If we have access to shit like that, cable and all that shit should be X'd out. Like, that shouldn't even be like a thing to be like, yeah, man, I want direct TV. Like, what the fuck? Like, you saving so much more money by just switching over to the Fire Stick, right? And I'm not promoting them or nothing. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I just use them for example. So let's move on to the next example, like unnecessary resources. You know, something so simple as just like buying excessive amount of clothes, buying excessive amount of clothes, buying excessive amount of sneakers, buying excessive amount of fucking makeup, buying excessive amount of fucking hair, like whatever you doing that's excessive and you really don't need it, cut that shit out. Because if you're serious about your craft, again, you're gonna take that money that you fucking off on all that shit I just named, whatever you're doing personally, you're gonna dump that into your business. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, man, I didn't drop about $250 this whole week on just everything, whatever I do. I'm gonna throw this shit up in my business, and that's gonna, you know, it's gonna amp it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's marketing money, whether it's production money, whatever this shit is, like whatever you doing in your business, like just cut all unnecessary outlets out. Because YouTube subscription, shit like that, like, nah, I ain't gonna say YouTube subscription, but like fucking, I don't know, man, anything that's like, you know, just it's just not the move. You know what I'm saying? Cut that shit out. You know what I mean? Cut that out, because you're gonna save a shit ton of bread, and you're gonna look back, you're gonna be like, damn, y'all, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna really start to understand, like, I was really fucking my bread off on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, like, I've been working since I was like 16. I always had a job since I was like 16. You know what I'm saying? And in my first job, I was working at a fast food joint, right? And every time I got my check, like every 2 weeks, and that shit was decent, because I was I was always a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, I'm a hustler, like I told you before. You know what I'm saying? So my ass used to make like fucking damn near $1,000 just from fast food, from all this fucking overtime, and I'm 16. I ain't even have my working papers signed and all that shit. I was just grinding. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably bring in about 8 something, 9, whatever the case is, and I fucked my whole checkup on some True Religion. I swear to God, I fucked my whole bag up on True Religion. And then the crazy thing is, I didn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I went out, but I didn't go out. Like, I wasn't always in the mix, because I was always at work. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I had all these fucking cars. I had all these fucking clothes and all this nice shit, all this expensive name brand shit, but I wasn't going nowhere. So when I thought about it, I'm like, damn, this shit really, like, it don't even make sense to keep spending all this fucking money like that. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, you're gonna start to understand, like, yo, I could be saving so much more money if I just redirect my ways of sourcing my income. You know what I'm saying? If you understand that, what I just said, like I said, you're gonna feel the weight of that, and it's gonna work out for you in your benefit. So that's three different ways right there. And with me personally, I think that you need to start out in business and have longevity, or be fruitful, or actually see the fruits of your labor. If you don't have, I don't even know if I could dumb it down to say at least 2 out of 3. If you don't got all 3 of them shits, you ain't gonna make it. If you do make it, inshallah, you know what I'm saying. But I don't think you're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Like this game we in, it's a cold game. You know what I'm saying? It's a cold, long road, and ain't nobody gonna stop you when your tire flat. I mean, excuse me, ain't nobody gonna help you when your tire flat. You gotta know how to patch that joint up and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that heart. You gotta have that integrity. You gotta have that sense of urgency. You gotta have that beast up in you. You gotta have that, man, I'm gonna get this shit by any means, legally. You gotta have that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't be scared to sacrifice. I can tell y'all a gang of shit I done sacrificed, like seriously, like a gang of shit, like to the point, like I know, like ain't nobody, I don't know nobody that would keep going after they've been through the shit I've been through just in business to put up for a sacrifice, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's, I don't know, I'm jumping on topic, but moral of the story, man, you gotta have those 3 qualities right there. You know what I'm saying? For in my opinion, for you to really be like, you know, successful or have longevity in the game, like I said, you know what I mean? So, as always, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, you know what I mean? Tap in with me on Instagram and all that. I'll be dropping my shit up in the description. You know what I'm saying? As always, though, y'all be safe, stay blessed, stay motivated, stay inspired. Don't never give up. Don't never let nobody tell you can't do shit. Don't never let nobody tell you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't even direct no energy towards them. Bottle it up. Redirect that energy into your craft. Take that shit out on your craft. You know what I'm saying? In other words, I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna tap in with y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay safe. Damn, y'all be safe. Y'all stay up. That's love.
See, y'all think it's a game till Fox be on. CNN, mama picking out boxes for 'em. On that thing, got my own boxes on. On head fun to get my poppin' on.